Hello, dear ones, and welcome to Deepwater Yaya. My name is Arya, and if you're new to the channel, I post videos that offer support for diverse bodies in troubled times. We cover a lot of ground here, and I really hope you find something that speaks to your heart. If you do enjoy it, please like and subscribe, leave a comment below, share it with your friends, tell someone about what you experience here. It all helps so much. And also you can check out the links in the description for my other work and for the Patreon membership, which starts at only $1 a month. You'd be amazed what small actions can do to create big things. So thank you so much for being here. No matter how you're participating today, I want you to know that I deeply appreciate it. I know you're out there, and we are going to find our way together. Today we're celebrating the autumnal equinox, or the fall equinox. This is the point in the earthly calendar that is midway between the summer solstice and the winter solstice. And traditionally, it's been known as a way to celebrate the harvest and to commit to sharing the good of the harvest through the winter with the community. So I thought we would do a reading. This is technically a timeless reading. If you are going through anything in your life where it's a time for really reflecting on what it is that you may have gained from work that you've put in and how to move forward and offer that to the world, this is a great reading. But specifically because of the time of year, that's what I wanted to focus on. I'm using the Celtic Dragon Tarot and the Druidic Animal Oracle, as I always do. And these are little mini readings, just a couple of cards each. So if you want to take a look at these spreads and just imagine what it is that you're drawn to. Are you drawn to the clear quartz crystal, the rose quartz crystal, or the garnet? Don't overthink it too much. Just go with your heart. So again, while this reading is to celebrate the fall equinox of 2022, whatever you're drawn to today, whether it was the clear quartz, the rose quartz, or the garnet, you may come back to this video at some other time and be drawn to a different set of cards, and that's perfectly okay. It is for the fall equinox to go with this time of the planet where we're really shifting between seasons, bringing the harvest in, celebrating it, committing to moving forward. But there are other times in our lives when that happens. So if that is what you're focusing on right now, this reading may be for you. Before we begin the readings, I'd like to invite us all to take a moment, because it's always good to take a moment. Let's just focus in, put a little gratitude and love in our hearts, and take a nice deep breath in. Let that gratitude resonate and grow in strength, and as we breathe out, it fills our cells and all the space between our cells, out to the tips of our fingers and our toes. And now we're really here together. If you are drawn to the clear quartz spread, keep in mind that the harvest you're bringing in and celebrating and thinking about committing to sharing in the future is all about clear vision, wisdom, and a fresh perspective. Think about soaring high in a clear blue sky and being able to take in the entire situation. That's the kind of energy that is present for you in your life right now, and how you should really be thinking about moving and giving and celebrating. The animals that came with the spread, or the cards, were these two beautiful beings over here, the otter and the seal, and the Six of Wands. Now I want to tell you a little something about these two. I was shuffling the animal deck and they came out together, just fell out of the deck. And whenever that happens, I always pay attention. And what I consider it to mean is that it's a sense of unexpected, almost unintentional bounty. So keep that in mind. I think there's going to be a flood of energy coming in that is a little unexpected, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about trying to control it. Just take it as it comes and accept the blessings. The two animals, I was a little gobsmacked when I saw the otter and the seal together, because for them to both have fallen out of the deck together and be so connected as animals, they're both animals that have a boundary element to them, the land and the water, they both represent fluidity and being able to ride those currents and get in to the energy without obstacle, without obstruction. They both represent a certain amount of unconscious emotional flow because of that. And they have an element of making sure you also know when and where you are to be on land and how to navigate that appropriately. The otter pulls in a little more joy and happiness. The seal pulls in a little bit of longing and desire. And again, really, but the key is to make sure that you stay tapped into that heart energy, or otherwise you may get trapped on the land. So there is a real sense of balance and looking for that flow in your life. And again, because this is about harvest and it sort of fell into your lap, please take this time. If that flow comes to you, embrace it, move with it, invite others to join in with you, because that is the kind of energy that you can share right now and that will bring that clarity of vision. The Six of Wands brings a lovely energy into just, I don't know, and reinforce that, I think would be the best way to say it. The Six of Wands is a incredibly generous symbol of supportive, warm energy coming in your direction. So I really get the sense that when you take this and these two animals together, it's about staying in the flow and the exchange of energy. As that warm, supportive energy comes your way, make sure to flow with it, invite others to join you, and that will bring a clarity of vision. If you are drawn to the rose quartz crystal, I'd really like to encourage you to think about the harvest of caring, loving, kind energy. Now, when I was doing the spread, I really was guided to share with you that the rose quartz was saying that this is about pulling energy into you first. Because we're talking about a time where we're harvesting and celebrating and committing to sharing, the signal I got from the rose quartz when I was doing these spreads was that you have to really pay attention to what it is that you're bringing in and nurturing yourself with, so that you can share and give only from your overflow. I really felt like anyone who is drawn to the rose quartz today needs to hear a message that when you drain yourself below that time where you're being generous with you, you need enough nurturing and generosity and warmth and support coming in your direction so that you can give in a healthy way and it doesn't get too drained, too depleted. You're not going to be any good to anyone, and you won't have anything left to share if you're over giving. So keep that in mind as we move forward. Now the cards, the spreads were turning out so wonderfully. The cards are so lovely together. This is the 10 of Pentacles and Goose. Now Goose is a lovely fall symbol because again we're seeing the geese take off and leave for warmer skies and warmer water right now. And so it's a lovely sort of time of just sort of affirming that this is a time of transition for you and making sure that you have all your resources in place and you are properly nourished and nurtured so that you can take off. There is a bit of a journey element to it. But what's very interesting with the Celtic goose is it very much represents family, home, hearth, parenthood in a strong way as well. But there's a real family. Think about a family farm when you think about a Celtic goose. You know, you do have that travel element, so I want you to keep that in mind. There's something coming, I think, a little later, but preparation is an important part right now. Like this is the time, again, we're heading into Thanksgiving soon, so it's time where you're fattening up the geese. So you want to really pull that energy in for you and think about home, hearth, really a protected area. And that, again, is backed up really well with the 10 of Pentacles. Look at this beautiful couple heading into their home full of glowing light and well protected by the guardian dragons. It's a lovely, I'm just kind of blown away by the combo of these cards. So it's a time again of really going into your own home and think about, as you share your resources, maybe in a few weeks you'll be, or a few months, you'll be inviting people in. I think that's probably the best way to interpret this in particular spread for rose quartz. Instead of the next few months of giving and sharing as being an outpouring of energy, think about this current time as solidifying your home and building up your own resources so that in the near future you can welcome others in. If you were drawn to the spread with the garnet, and I love this little stone, it's so dark and luscious looking. Garnet is a root chakra stone for sure. It's all about grounding and really feeling like a strong, protected presence in yourself. But again, I love the lusciousness. This particular stone always speaks of something a little sensual and passionate, but really being able to flow within your own body and know yourself well enough to be able to give. So when I was doing the spreads, I really felt like anyone who was drawn to the garnet, look at me holding it in my fist. Like that's this sort of get this energy going and really pull it into yourself and hold it in there. That's your harvest. Your harvest is your ability to stand strong and rooted and share from a powerful, luscious, sensual place and really get into your body. It's a sensual energy. And I want you to follow that for the next little while. That's going to be your key to really staying in the flow. And this was really affirmed by one of the Celtic dragon tarots, the Four of Wands. This is a lovely card to pull during a fall equinox because it really represents a prosperous, bountiful time. This is a time when things have come together, where you're capable of reaching for success in a new way. So there's an energy in that luscious groundedness of being able to just work with what you've got and offer blessings and bounty to your own life and into the lives of others. So really trust it. I feel like you need to have a message of trust for yourself right now. And this is backed up by the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is, you can see all that fire energy, all that sparking and growth energy, and the dragons are just being born. This is new energy coming in, and it's quite fiery, and I really sense that this luscious, grounded, calm, stand rooted in your own power is what's going to need that's going to be needed, that's going to be needed to focus this energy. There's a bit of a live wire, but it's new possibilities. So the key is to not get carried away, to stay grounded. You see that sword, and it's grounded. Stay in it and focus, but bring that energy into whatever project it is that's coming. One of these days I'll get it. That's coming out of this lovely prosperity energy. Finally, we have the lovely, beautiful owl. I love pulling owl. She's so beautiful. And I've been hearing a lot of owls at night, or at least one owl a lot. So this just sort of feels like there's a lovely confirmation of some things that have been going on energetically. So just take this symbol as wisdom. There's a bit of discernment here. So again, you have to, there's this prosperity and an end of one phase, but being able to go for success, a new energy coming in, and then this calm, quiet, watchful presence that's able to discern. And the thing about owl is it sees at night. So it's about the subconscious, it's about what's going on underneath, and it provides an interesting balance for all that fire energy. You've got to be able to sit quietly and calmly and investigate what's happening underneath all that energy so that you can move forward in a really wise and intuitive way. Also, as well, the owl is associated with the winter goddess. So it feels to me like this is all energy that's moving into the winter a little bit.